when familiar turns grating. Ever had this experience? You open a video app one day, and a snack ad pops up out of nowhere. There's a crunchy cookie on screen, and you can hear that crisp crunch when someone takes a bite. The spokesperson smiles and repeats the slogan, "Addictive in one bite." First time you see it, you might catch yourself swallowing, even clicking over to your shopping cart to search for it. Third time, you can still sit through the script. But by the end of the week, if you're running into this exact same ad everywhere, while scrolling short videos during a show intermission, even when you open a music app, you'll notice something. That cookie you once thought tempting starts to feel grating, and the spokesperson's smile gets annoying. Next time you see that brand's packaging, you won't even have the urge to reach for it. This weird cycle of the more familiar it gets, the more I hate it, is exactly what psychologists call the overexposure effect in everyday life. It's like an invisible scale. On one side, there's the habit of familiarity breeds liking. On the other, the pushback of repetition breeds irritation. And let's be real, we've all been unknowing guinea pigs for this scale. What is the overexposure effect? From mere exposure to backlash. To get the overexposure effect, you first need to understand its predecessor, the mere exposure effect. Back in the 1960s, psychologist Robert Zajonc did a classic experiment. He showed participants unfamiliar Chinese characters, nonsensical symbols, and photos of strangers, all at different frequencies. Here's what he found. When these unfamiliar things were shown 1 to 10 times, people's liking for them went up steadily. But once the number hit 20, liking dropped off a cliff. Some people even started feeling, "I just want to look away." Zajonc concluded that our liking for something doesn't just go up the more we see it. It's not a straight line. Instead, it follows an inverted U-curve. Moderate exposure turns strangeness into familiarity, which boosts liking. But once exposure crosses a threshold, familiarity becomes clutter, and that clutter triggers irritation. That's the core of the overexposure effect. One important thing, this threshold isn't set in stone. It depends on how invested we are in the thing. For example, you probably don't care much about a regular bottle of water, low involvement. You might get annoyed after seeing its ad 3 or 5 times. But if you're shopping for a laptop, high involvement, you could watch 10 review ads from different angles and still be interested. That's why some marketing takes off, while other campaigns flop, all because they did or didn't cross that too much line. Real-life overexposure. The backlash traps, we all fall into one. Political ads. When the candidate I know becomes the candidate I hate. Imagine your area has a city council election coming up. 3 weeks ago, you first saw a candidate's poster on the community bulletin board. It said, "Improve local healthcare." And you thought, this person seems solid. A week later, you turn on the local news, and their campaign video plays every prime time slot. It's still the same 3 points about fixing healthcare. You're a little annoyed, but you tell yourself, it's good to know more. Then, the week before voting, there's smiling faces everywhere. On bus sides, convenience store light boxes, even in your apartment elevator. Your kid can now recite their slogan by heart. One morning, you step into the elevator, see that poster again, and suddenly feel a tightness in your chest. That excitement you had about better healthcare, it's turned into, ugh again. You even start thinking, is that the only thing they know how to say? Psychologically, this is resistance from cognitive overload. Our brains can only handle so much info. When the same message invades our space over and over, with zero variation, it burns through our mental energy. We feel forced to listen, and that pressure makes our attitude shift from rational interest to emotional rejection. That's why so many campaign teams carefully control how often ads run. They don't want to scare off potential supporters. 2. Streaming shows. When excited to binge becomes swipe past it fast. Let's say you're a total suspense drama fan. One day, you open your go-to streaming app, and a pop-up on the homepage recommends a new show, Midnight Files. The dark tones and suspenseful vibe catch your eye. You add it to your watch list right away. The next day, you scroll the homepage, and there's the show's trailer. That night, when you pause another show, an exclusive behind-the-scenes clip of Midnight Files pops up. By the weekend, you're trying to find a light-hearted variety show to relax, and the app automatically plays an interview with the show's director. You grit your teeth and watch the first episode. It's actually pretty good. But the rest of the week, the app acts like it's stalking you. The top 3 spots on your recommendation list are all about Midnight Files. Even when you search for comedies, a pop-up says, people who like comedies also watch Midnight Files. Slowly, you'll notice your excitement fading. You plan to watch episode 2 on the weekend, but now you intentionally avoid it just because it's everywhere. When a friend mentions the show, you catch yourself saying, "Ugh, I'm kinda tired of it." What's going on here? It's the loss of perceived control. Overexposure makes you think, I'm not choosing to watch this show, the platform is shoving it down my throat. To take back control of your choices, you resist by ignoring it, even if the show itself is good. 3. Holiday FMCG marketing, when Christmas vibe becomes Christmas anxiety. Every year, around late November, the city starts feeling festive, and a popular drink brand drops its Christmas limited edition. First time you see the red packaged bottles in the supermarket, you think, that's so Christmassy. You buy 2 to keep at home. Then, you hear its Christmas jingle on the radio. The upbeat tune makes you hum along. But soon, you walk into a mall, and that jingle plays on loop over the speakers. The restaurant has cup sleeves with the brand's Christmas logo. Even your ride-hailing car has stickers that say, drink the limited edition, celebrate Christmas. By mid-December, you cringe when you hear that jingle. The red packaging you once thought cozy? Now it's just harsh on the eyes. When a friend asks you to get the drink, you say, nah, I've seen too much of it lately. This is an attitude flip from emotional fatigue. The point of holiday marketing is to spark joy. But when the same symbols, red packaging, that jingle, are everywhere nonstop, joy turns into visual fatigue. You might even start feeling slightly annoyed at the idea of Christmas itself. That's why some brands update their Christmas marketing ideas every year, instead of just repeating last year's plan. How to master the overexposure effect. From avoiding backlash to using it right. The overexposure effect isn't a monster. It's just a reminder to respect how our brains work. Whether it's marketing, sharing an idea, or even making friends, if you nail the balance, you can avoid backlash and even use the effect to your advantage. First, control the frequency and find your threshold. Test it on a small group. If a brand wants to promote a new product, run the ad 3 times in a few cities. If people like it more, add 2 more runs. If you see irritation, cut back or pause it fast. Second, keep the content fresh. Even if you need to repeat the message, mix up the details. For example, a political ad could talk about healthcare plans first, then education ideas next, then use voter interviews the 3rd time. For streaming shows, each recommendation can highlight something different, like the villain's hidden clues or the actor's behind-the-scenes stories. No more same old, same old. Finally, pick the right scenario. For high-involvement stuff, like car reviews or workplace training, you can boost exposure. For low-involvement stuff, like snack ads or elevator posters, cut the repetition, don't annoy people. Don't let familiarity kill liking. The overexposure effect is everywhere. It's when you stop going to a restaurant because you get its coupons too often. It's when you refuse to watch a movie because a friend keeps shoving it in your face. It's a reminder. Whether you're promoting a product, sharing an idea, or keeping a relationship strong, moderation is always better than more is better. After all, people love the right amount of familiarity, not in-your-face pestering. Don't let repetition wear away the liking. And don't let familiarity turn into annoyance.